Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. As I continue to work through the ABRSM 2022 Practice Exam Paper booklet, let's now take a look at Paper C. In this particular lesson, I work through every question of the Practice Exam Paper C. I work through every one of the 7 sections, looking at all aspects of rhythm, pitch, keys and scales, intervals, tonic triads, terms and signs, and music in context, working through the whole practice exam paper. I also give you tips on how to work through the paper quickly and give you revision tips as we go along. Practice exam papers are an excellent revision tool, and so I help you work through the whole paper so as you are best prepared for your exam. The full lesson can be found on my Patreon channel. If you visit patreon.com/Sharon Bill, you can find the full lesson there, and you can find links to this lesson in the cards and in the description box. After this short little video, you'll see sample examples taken from the full Patreon lesson, showing you how I work with you step by step, question by question through the whole exam paper, just as if I was sitting right next to you. Once you feel you are ready to take the ABRSM Music Theory exam, I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to be best prepared for your exam, and also how to make the very best use of the time once you're taking the exam on exam day. This book is available from Amazon, and you can find links to this book in the cards and in the description box below. Enjoy your studies! Here we have a quaver and a quaver is a crotchet beat. They are joined together to show one crotchet beat. This one's on its own because the second part of this crotchet beat, that's one half of a beat. The second half is as a rest. So that's like a quaver rest. That gives us a crotchet beat. Now here we know that 2 semi-quavers make a quaver. And then there's another quaver giving us our crotchet beat. And we can see that there. Quarter of a beat, half a beat gives us 1 beat. That's why it's beamed together. And then there's a crotchet beat. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 beats per bar. And instead of being face, it begins ace. All cows eat grass. Whatever helps you to just remember those notes. So we just need to keep our eyes peeled to make sure we don't get tricked, because these clefs are going to keep changing. So keep your eyes peeled and let's have a look. So we know that in the bass clef, this bottom note is G. So one below G is F, but that's not the full story yet, because here we have an F sharp, which will apply to this note F. So it should be F sharp. We're asked to show which of these notes are a semitone apart. Now, of course, you can just check through and think, okay, so in the treble clef, that's a D to a C sharp. Yes, that's a semitone. That's a C sharp to a B. That's a tone. However, that's a long-winded way, and it's also a bit confusing. You could get stressed or make mistakes quite easily. Whereas if you remember the formula for the major scale of tones and semitones, we can easily answer this. However, just keep your eyes peeled, because notice this is a descending scale. So here we have a D going down to a D with an F sharp and a C sharp. So this is the D major scale in descending. And we know that the semitones are 3 to 4 and 7 to 8. However, don't forget this is descending. So if you went 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be incorrect. It must be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because we're descending. And now we can see that 3 to 4, 7 to 8. And you can just double check that you've got that correctly, because now you can just check the ones that you've ticked. And D to C sharp is indeed through. In C major, 1, 3, 5, C, E, G. So in the treble clef, F, A, C, this is the bottom note C at the root of the chord, E, and so it's the top note that's missing, the G. Is it true or false that the melody gets gradually quicker in bar 7. So this is the tempo marking. In bar 7 we've got a dynamic marking, some articulation, and this is the tempo marking. And this is rit for ritardando or ritenuto, rit retarding the speed, which is slowing down. So in actual fact it's the very opposite, it's not getting quicker, which would be accelerando. It's getting slower, and so that is false.